Oh my god, I just got home, just going over my notes. Slut shaming. They include asking for birth control, premature, casual, or promiscuous sex, engaging in prostitution, or being victim blamed for rape or any other sexual misconduct. Usually it starts with the way a woman is dressed, and if it's her attire is perceived to be provocative. I don't know, I guess I could be accused of a little bit of sexy dress, but this question came to me when someone tagged me in a picture, and I started thinking about it, and I went to my good friends at Ross FM, shout out to my Ross family, and their answer for me was an invite to Juve. So I went to Miami, and I went to find out what is all this talk about slut shaming and Caribbean and feathers. So I'm going to show you a recap of what I learned. You can be in Miami and the sun can be shining bright, and then all of a sudden,
Every beach I go to,
I found out why Miami Beach was so quiet. It was a red tide, so no one was going on the beach. And that meant I was gonna have to go back to my hotel and wait until my crew came in. But I was still excited. The wait finally paid off because I got my opportunity to meet with Miss Kelly Ann of Trinidad, who has her master's in carnival artistry and an expert in Caribbean culture. And my crew was here.
When Christopher Columbus, quote unquote, discovered Trinidad and Tobago, the Amerindians were the first occupants of the island. They put them to work, but Amerindians were too soft. They died from disease, the white man disease, and overwork, primarily overwork. So the next best thing was the African. So, you know, there are different spellings and stories behind candling. But our one is based on the slaves' revolt, masking themselves in molasses and celebrating in their own rituals and mocking the slave masters. You know, so it's a routine that was celebrated every year. And when the priests said they wanted to get rid of it, so they couldn't get rid of it. So the only thing they could have done was merge it into their calendar, which is the Catholic calendar. So Juve is dawn morning, and usually everything this happens within certain hours of the morning. Now African spirits run. I just like to talk to people that don't believe in those things, but spirits rove and move between the hours of give or take 2, 3. And the rising of the sun.
Some people call it the witching hour.
Yeah. Right? They do room. That's what Juve is that. Juve is about us imitating our masters. Our masters used to imitate us. But in Trinidad, we didn't have slavery for very long. And most people that were in Trinidad were freed slaves and colored. And how we got slaves is when the Spanish king offered settling the population, where French persons or people from the different islands would come to Trinidad and Tobago and earn and work lands and earn property, but they had to be Catholics. So when people talk, we don't have much slaves in Trinidad. The people who were really slaves would be the Indians, which would be the Indian laborers who left India to come to Trinidad. But I would say like the black people, the blacks they weren't that much slaves.
But the blacks were the Africans that came over.
They came over.
But they earned their freedom.
They earned their freedoms, but the blacks that came from Grenada, because people don't understand Grenada has a lot, and our mass has a lot to do. The linkages is from Grenada. The slaves came from Africa. They landed in Grenada through their French masters. The French brought the carnival to Trinidad, and that's how it changed up, because we were influenced by the English, the French, the Spanish, the Amerindians, the Africans, the Indians. People don't even know Jose was a part of the carnival. But having the Indians and the Africans together as one would destabilize the whites and the Europeans. So they created a
diversion.
Yes. So now Jose is celebrated at a different time.
And in Trinidad they celebrate everything.
Jose is the Indian version of carnival, where they build floats of their deities. So like our thing, like the Africans, like Philomena is a Catholic saint. She is Orisha's wife in African.
Isn't that your name?
Yes.
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 Kellyanne, Philomena.
She's really she's really Isun's wife.
Who is Isun?
Isun is a Orisha god.
Okay.
So he would be God. And Philomena would be his wife. So to mask the religion within. So I'll give you an example. So Philomena, so they would celebrate the god. So they would say God because she deals with water and everything. So to mask her now and practice their faith, she is Philomena of the Catholic. Osun would be St. Michael the Archangel. So they would mask the deities and stuff.
To protect their culture within their culture.
Right. So while everybody's celebrating, they're doing their own thing too.
Yes.
But they know what they're really
Celebrating
and worshiping and well, really I should say celebrating and keeping true to what they have.
So they weren't allowed to openly practice their culture and their religion. So they would mask it and disguise it.
And that is what carnival is about. It's about masking.
Where does the word come from?
Yes. The short word for mask is masquerade. And it is the portrayal of masking, of taking on that other entity.
Personas, personalities, cultures.
So you play.
What is the difference between Juve and Carnival?
Juve is the beginning of carnival. Juve is dawn. It's
Okay.
French for dawn.
Okay.
Dawn day start to break of the day. And Juve is what starts carnival. Carnival can't start without Juve.
Okay.
So when people want to push the pretty mass, and they can't have any pretty mass without Juve.
Okay. Because Juve is like the dark side and the mass is like
Juve is the rebellion. We celebrating the emancipation from slavery.
Okay.
And the showing that this is where we are, this is where we've come, this is who we are, and we are celebrating. This is the hardship. This is what we've gone through. Our forefathers paved the way for us to live and be comfortable and enjoy. Which is more to that. And I try to educate my masqueraders or the foreigners who come into the band on this. So that's hence the theme for next year with the Vintage Jam and doing the prints. I want to give a little write-up so people know, because sometimes people just don't.
They just think, fighting, you get paint, you drink, you eat.
And it's not like that.
I excuse to act a fool and carry on.
And carry on. And it's not that. It was, yes, you drink your rum because remember they was cultivating cane. And
they don't call
rum
it spirits for no reason.
a spirit. And the reason why we drop the rum on the floor, the scotch, is because it's for those who died preparing the spirits.
Whenever you crack a bottle, I don't know if all cultures don't do it.
Rum.
Just
rum.
about every culture, every black culture I know do it.
Pour
Spill
rum out.
some for the
Yes.
homies
Yes.
or past dead.
Because
or
that's what we died making the rum. We
Yeah.
suffered for rum.
Wow. Wow. Well, after that history lesson, I got comfortable with my hostesses and saw my room because I was going to have to get ready for the first party, which started at 5 a.m. Fetty time. I'm getting ready. 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 It's about celebration. They're leaving Juve tired. Everyone else has flats on, and the people choose to wear heels. This is phase 2. We're walking to the Juve celebration where we will walk. Stay tune. Got my t-shirt on. I'm ready. Even though it's kind of nasty, it's Miami. So it's gonna rain and then the sun is gonna shine. But you hear the music? The parking lot is packed and it's time to get started.
Did we pass AutoZone?
And I am at Juve. I hope you can hear me through my plastic case for my phone so it won't get wet, because in Juve you get dirty, very dirty. It's noisy and it's fun. Somebody got me. Juve is a lot of things culturally, but I think mostly it's a celebration of those of us who survived. So this is a survivor reunion. And it's fun. You see a bunch of black people together, all different cultures, mixing and blending. It's very beautiful.
Tomorrow, start to jump, get in your section.
taking videos, right? And I took
I'm not taking video.
take a video. It's on a white wall. Close up right on our video.
Together, my golden beauty. Go to the side. There's a glass. There's a glass. There you go.
Yes! Family, friends. Felix, move yourself.
We working on 9 to 5, trying to stay out. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Miami's number one. One island big and strong.
Come on, take it on, take it out.
Big up all the competitors. Out of the air! Ladies, if you can get sex tonight, put you out of the air. Look for one island. All my ladies.
Oh, your fuck was so good, be. So we know you are real G. I can't hold me out.
danced out, I'm festive out. We're heading towards the exit. This is Carnival, the weight loss program. which is good for me, but not my feet. Good morning. This is the end of my journey. I'm here at Miami International Airport on my way back home, and quite an experience. Great hospitality, good food, good vibes, good music. I would have to say that looking back at this experience, I learned a lot about culture, the Caribbean culture, and I think that anyone who really wants to understand their culture, they have to be a part of the activities. Even though I am not raised in the Caribbean and definitely 100% American, I still was able to have a good understanding and definitely clarity about my culture and about the topic at hand, slut shaming. To answer that question the best way I can, I have to say, you have to know the culture and you have to be involved in order to be receptive to other people's culture. I wouldn't call it slut shaming. I would call it a celebration of life and of struggles, and something that we as African Americans have to look at to understand, and people from the Caribbean too. A lot of people don't know their roots, so it's very important that we get in touch with our culture. And I'm really grateful to Ross FM and his family for treating me like family, and stay tuned to the next adventure. Again, my name is Phoenix, and that was a cultural experience to repeat. So, as you can see, I made it back with clarity, and I'm so grateful. It's tiring, it was rigorous, it was so much fun, it was so much food. I definitely messed up my diet. And it was a lot of culture, and the bringing together of all these people was just, I have no words. But going back to my notes, my takeaway, and to answer the question, Juve is about the celebration of former slaves who protested their bondage. And today we celebrate our ancestors. So there's no age, there's no color, there's no religion. Juve and Carnival is very inclusive of all color, of all cultures, and you can learn a lot by just going to the celebration. Different music, different food, different dance, You meet people all around the world at these type of cultural events, and all the different Caribbean people, Haiti, Trinidad, Tobago, Jamaica, Dominican. I don't even know all of them. It was so many flags. It was just so beautiful. And just to think, we had all these people, all these black people together, and not one incident. Not one incident. So it's proof that it can happen. And if you want to slut shame and say negative things about these Caribbean masqueraders, you have to first understand the culture, and you have to be a part of it. So before you say anything about what someone is wearing, go to an event, go to Juve. They're all over now, they're spreading. So there's no excuse. And I'm so grateful that I had that experience, and that I could come back with good news, great news, excellent experience. But I'm gonna take one more last sip, because I'm tired, and I'm gonna go to bed. So you guys roll that around, and I want to say thank you to everyone who helped me and was with me and explained to me. And this is Phoenix, the Urban Sexologist, and I'm signing off saying good job, me. And if you're planning on going there, you could always check online and find out what's going on in your area. But I've done my job.